My lungs feel like they're being crushed by like 20 pounds. I'm 18 years old. My lungs are like a 7-8-year-old's.
You know, that's the scary reality for this teen and many other teens. They're facing this after being hospitalized for vaping-related lung injuries. He's one of hundreds who have gotten sick after vaping, but also reported using unregulated THC products. So my next guest believes if pot was legalized nationwide, much of the vaping crisis might have been avoided. Dr. Vin Gupta joins me now. Dr. Gupta, you have our attention. How do you believe that regulating marijuana might have prevented this whole crisis in the first place?
Well, and thanks for the question and for having me. The problem here is that we have no oversight over marijuana in the first place and vaping devices on the other hand. This is a black box when it comes to federal oversight. The FDA has said that marijuana is illegal. And what does that mean? That basically means that we consider, public health policy in America considers marijuana to be on the same type of controlled substance as heroin, as addictive, as destructive to societies as heroin. What we know is that studies have actually said that tobacco and alcohol are far, far worse for human health than marijuana is. Marijuana actually potentially has medical benefits. It can help people with chronic pain, from chemotherapy-induced nausea and vomiting, just to name a few. So we need to be refashioning how we think about a substance that is considered illegal, that is the source of a lot of criminal prosecutions, great harm to society from that lens, but now because people are dying from vaping, lots of vaping from THC, cannabinoids, we need to think again about how are we over-regulating and providing oversight.
So at least it would be regulated, so you would know that you're not getting things off the black market. But we really don't know whether it's the THC that's unregulated that's causing these deaths and injuries, or it's the vaping itself, whether it's inhaling the heated liquid that's causing the lung injury. So how do you know that regulating it would be the answer?
Well, I think if we regulate it, at least we know what potentially is safe and what's not safe to do. Not a single vaping device, whether it's THC or a flavored pod from Juul, has been evaluated for health or safety impacts by our FDA. Marijuana is regulated in 11 states pretty poorly. We need the resources of taxpayer-funded federal dollars. These agencies exist for a reason, and it's to provide oversight on health and safety impacts of these products. Without that, we have no idea, as a public health doc, as a pulmonologist, I have no idea how to advise a patient on, yes, you can vape THC. Yes, you can go ahead and vape a non-flavored pod. Yes, this is safe in the long term. I have no idea how to guide somebody.
Because there's no regulation to it. It's the Wild West out there, and it's amazing because it's so easily accessible, and people have argued marketed to teens. When it comes to someone sitting at home saying, wait a second, if you legalize marijuana, there are dangers in that as well. You could really look at this as a gateway drug. You could look at there aren't laws regulating marijuana when it comes to smoking and driving. People also argue there's research associated with marijuana and psychotic disorders and schizophrenia. What would you say to them?
I would say that a lot of that's been overblown. The fact is that we know 4% of marijuana users actually transition to a drug like heroin. Far more users of alcohol and tobacco actually transition to other illicit substances. So if we're saying it's okay and we're going to profit off the taxes on alcohol and tobacco, which have no purported benefits for human health, what are we doing as a society, as a public health institution, as a country when it comes to marijuana policy? It makes no sense. And as a result of the lack of oversight, because our government has said it's illegal for no good reason, people are dying. Because we have no idea what they're inhaling, what they're combining known substances with unknown substances. It's unbelievable that this is being allowed.
It is a fascinating conversation, one that we hope is happening at a federal level. Dr. Vin Gupta, thank you for your insight. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.